But the discipline part is something that you both have to work at. Hello everyone, this is Ronan Blue, just taking my daily walk here today. And today's topic would be on our frugal couples happy? This is a very interesting topic because you would think, how would it be possible for a couple who lives a life of frugality to be happy? We planned our journey from around 16 years ago. Of course, there was a point in time we didn't really talk about our finances at all. And I think it all started when my girlfriend, she worked in a different department as I did, and one of her co-workers actually passed along a book to her on dividends. And 16 years ago, we had no idea about investing. You know, we just pretty much had our money in our checkings account and savings account like most people do. But that book really changed our lives, and it was about dividend investing. And it wasn't an especially difficult book to read either. So I actually had about $30,000 at the time, and I had enough money to buy out a sports car, Mazda RX-7. I decided not to, and it was weird. The timing was really weird because I actually received that book when I was just about to buy that car, and I made the right decision in opening up a brokerage account back then, and I put my $30,000 in there, and I purchased some dividend paying stocks. And of course, with $30,000 you don't really get that much. I think got close to $100 per month from the $30,000 invested. But of course, the concepts of the book talked about dividends, and how it does take some time for you to grow your wealth. It took us 16 years to do so, to get to the point today in financial independence. And we're very proud of that, actually, having to have followed that book and other resources over the years. And we saw the results of investing. We're frugal, and gradually both of us, because we had dual income, started to aggressively invest every month. And it was to the point where we reached a savings rate of 50%. And you know, it wasn't like we were depriving ourselves. I mean, we were just really becoming experts on finding ways to save money. In fact, the only times we really splurged on money was during the Christmas season and our birthdays. So that was enough for us, you know. We had our want lists, but we just had to wait patiently to get the things that we wanted. And sometimes what ended up happening was the longer we kept those wants on that list, the less we wanted it. And it was a good experience having to write things down and to see whether or not you really want it in the longer term. So for our journey to financial independence, we had to actually work as team members. Team meaning the both of us had to discuss all of our purchases. So whenever we had large purchases, we analyzed the benefits of having that one product. So whether it be a car or whether it be the property that we live in today, we spent a lot of time and effort in trying to figure out whether or not it would benefit us in the longer term. Like, we try to find things that were practical, and we really differentiated the difference between our wants and our needs. And we had some pretty serious discussions over the years. And they were very, some of them were very passionate from what I remember. But especially when it comes to just those things I didn't think that we really needed, but she thought that we did. But it's a constant, I don't like to say the word battle, but it kind of felt like that in the beginning anyways. But after we, bumped heads here and there, and she started to see the benefits of the growth that we saw in our stock portfolio, she felt it was starting to be really worth having to invest. But what we ended up doing was we actually started spending the money that was being made or earned from our stock portfolio, because it was actually our money that was working harder than we were. Our money was making money that we were able to spend. And in financial independence, that's how we're living our lifestyles today. Like all of the earnings that we make from our stock portfolio and also our rental income is how we are sustaining our lives today. So, it was worth having to bump our heads, and there was some situations where we were unhappy. So cooperation with each other is very much key, especially when you're looking at your long-term goals together. So your long-term goals are very important, especially if you can draw out in detail exactly the benefits you would be rewarded with in the future. But the discipline part is something that you both have to work at. We definitely had to. There's a lot of sacrifices, I guess you can say. I wouldn't really say it's a sacrifice. I would say it's more or less like delayed gratification, because even within financial independence, our net worth continues to exponentially go up. Once we do hit a particular amount, it's most likely that we're going to be spending more. And we're waiting for that day, actually. So right now, we're able to pay for our daily living costs and a bit more, and to be able to invest a surplus at each of the months as well. So I would say in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll be in a position where we'll be able to spend a lot more. I would say close to 90% of the population live with the mentality of instant gratification. So having to pull out that credit card and immediately purchase the things that you want. So we actually have kind of that reverse mentality. We're minimalists now. We live in frugality, and but for that delayed gratification, we're looking to spend more money later in the future. So right now, the reward is that we got the financial independence, and we have the option now to work if we wanted to, but we choose not to at this time because we don't actually need to. But right now we're in a phase of wanting more experiences, and that's why we're looking to travel abroad very soon here. But interesting enough, our savings rate when we both had that dual income was 50%. But ever since we hit financial independence and paid off our mortgage and our car loan and other debts that we held, our savings rate actually jumped up to 80%. And we only need 20% to live on. So that's a huge goal that we achieved, and we're both very proud of it. And it's almost impossible really to go back into debt. And we think back and we're very happy that we chose this path. And I can genuinely say that we're both really happy with that decision I made 15 years ago and putting that $30,000 into an investment brokerage account instead of buying that car I could have paid off, and we would have been out of debt, that's true. But having to take that risk of not really knowing too much about investing at that time and putting $30,000 into an account and buying those dividend paying stocks was a brilliant decision on our part, and a big reason why we are living the lifestyle we are today is because of that decision, as well as a number of other decisions we made together as a team. So making those little decisions add up to big ones, and the biggest is our lifestyle that we're living today. So if you and your wife or partner are also looking to get to financial independence, just remember just to start with small steps like we did. And it's good to bump heads as well, and finding a solution over a nice dinner, and having to sit down and discuss your future goals. It could be for having kids as well. Maybe you're thinking about paying for their education in the future. It could be for a new home as well. It could be towards your retirement. So there's a number of different reasons why in our particular case, we decided to become financially independent, and we're pretty happy about that. But for all of those instances, having to be that frugal, happy couple is a possibility. There might be some delayed gratification, but once you understand each other's needs and wants, and really discuss all of the things that you buy, question everything, spend a little bit of time in researching everything that you purchase. But my girlfriend and I are going to enter a new phase in our lives, living overseas. So that's definitely going to be interesting for us as well. But given that we have managed to get to the point we are today in the last 16-year period, I'm sure it's not going to be that difficult. Maybe, I'm not sure. Keep watching and you'll see. But our channel is basically going to become more of a travel vlog, but I'm still going to be doing these finance vlogs as well, because it's something that I appreciate, because without it we wouldn't be able to live this lifestyle. Well, I think I end my vlog here today. Tell me what you think of the happy frugal couple in the comment section below. Maybe you can go ahead and share some of your experiences as well. I'm sure the community would love that. If you like this vlog, please don't forget to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell for more of my coming content here. Thank you for watching my vlog. Be free, gain wealth, and travel far.